guys, what is up? And today we are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. In the last episode we met Von Karma's successor and we had Detective Gumshoe testify for us about the crime, and now we are kind of stuck here. Though I'm going to try what I did last time again, except just in a little bit of a different spot. Because I know she's like just around, not that area, this area. Well, we're just going to keep trying spots. I should have saved. Why did I do this? Boy, yes. Okay, let me just turn up. Really, thank you, Amia, we love you. Okay. I'm gonna stop being an idiot. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there was nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Ah! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at this time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be at by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the Oh, come on. Blast radius? With this, everything of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. That's actually me. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had such a tough time with you. You amuse me. Why did I do it in that tone? Ugh, well, the thing she had to inherit it, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective! How dare you damage my perfect logic? How was it all my fault? You can start preparing your standing by first removing that 3-stand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's space. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. It's gotta be Lotta. That's a nice rhyme. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we'll be here for the next witness. Alright. So, usually I would stop at this point, but because I had such a hard time last episode, and it was like 37 minutes long, and I didn't want it to be over that, we're gonna just keep going. I don't want to make this a 3-minute episode, so let's just keep going. That was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right?
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh?
Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose me, my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia?
Yeah, do you remember her, Pearlie?
My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the way that spirit mediums are connected to lawyers. Yeah.
The court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of— Ow!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. I was about to say photographer, which is... okay. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hi, Phoenix. How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know.
Yowza!
Name and occupation.
I declare what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Ah!
I can't scream. Okay. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify what would happen on the day of the murder. I haven't even gone to say my name and job yet.
The name's Lana Har, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? With a crazy sister that whips everyone.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We heard the gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did.
Ah!
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court.
The moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
Let's see here. Here's the picture.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about mine through this cross-examination. Just watch me.
Let's just press everything because I don't know what to do.
Was it really only those two that went in?
What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and I were the only two that went into the room. Well, hold on! We can't have the defense testifying against its own client!
Anyway, folks.
Folks?
Did I just say that in a British accent? What did I do? Anyway, folks. Who even cares? I can't say that in a friggin' country accent. But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. I had this face, I had this little expression plastered onto my face that makes it look like friggin' I'm going up against Umbridge. I'm just like, this bitch.
Was it really a gunshot?
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
So let me get this straight. This Mr.
For frick's sake. Why?
Are you sure it was the defendant Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
I was murdered.
Lotta, at a time like this?
Times like this are perfect for snaps-up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya?
When you saw the murder at the time, You couldn't even tell if it was my affair or not, am I correct?
Well, you see...
Order, Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry.
Good, this shifts things back to my side.
For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of those people that entered the channeling chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly.
Rats! And I'm trapped like one again. Hold on, let me go see the picture real quick. There's gotta be something in it. Wait, what? Why is she sitting on the opposite side of the folding screen? That's something. Hold it! Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
We're given!
Huh? What in the...
We're given, you know. You reckon? That's a given. It took me a good look. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind the folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
We're given. I mean, I'm having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such a thing as... Ah!
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you?
Just as I thought, there is nothing wrong with that testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough! It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have seen something to say. If I may make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I could present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? I don't know. I really don't. No. I feel like there's just something about like the fact that like she's on the opposite side of the folding screen, but there's no evidence that I can like actually present. So let's just do that. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove that this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? Oh no, was that the wrong move? Oh no, 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 no. Fuck. I couldn't protect Maya. No, this can't. My heart. Oh my god. Mia. Mia. Hello, Pearl Mia. Yes. But pearls.
Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
But how? She's already taken away every advantage.
The advantage is still in your hand. think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday?
Dr. Gray! What? Lana, at a time like this?
Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle.
Mia?
Question Lana one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor.
The defense would like to request that the victim testify once more. You're gonna channel him back from the dead using Maya, and we're gonna let him testify. Yeah.
Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated— Ah!
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have someplace I might go for this. All right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry up and give us another testimony.
Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got to the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him.
When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't get a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff.
Aren't you a paranormal photographer, though?
But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections.
Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting.
Ow, my back. I'm waiting for it to crack. Okay, ow. So, what did she look like?
You know, she looked almost like a different person.
A different person?
She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't get a good look at it.
Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray at all.
Huh? Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe— Ow!
Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it?
Sorry, Maya.
Are y'all done here? Can I continue? Excuse me.
And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer.
Yeah. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on.
She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Nice, tag team in stereo. I guess I should be grateful it's not 5.1. That's a reference. I don't know what it's from, I'm sorry. I feel like that's supposed to be some kind of reference. 2, right?
2 what?
2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding?
No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know it can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What? Von Karma!
Von Karma! There goes my voice cracks.
Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence! Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt. Oh, shoot.
Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious.
But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair.
Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child?
I was so angry I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it, that's all.
How could you think?
The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that?
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it.
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture that the witness took of that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not my affair. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya?
Now, I know that there is a problem with this, but I don't know if it's enough to insist that this is not Maya. Let's try it. You know what? Let's try it. Let's insist that it's not her.
Your Honor, as you completely see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body is taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. That's right. Order, order, order! Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it!
You're too soft.
Huh?
You're softer than all Morgan strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face.
She's smiling?
I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture.
Oof.
This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't that a totally different person?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
It's unbelievable that she can...
Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling.
Just like Pearl is now.
Miss Von Karma, a word if I may.
Mia?
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal. But I never intend to submit it as evidence in the first place.
What is she?
From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind.
I don't have even a single witty line.
It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? Your Honor. Oh, the fire has turned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction?
So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange about this picture for the court?
Oh my gosh, alright. It's her sleeve. I'm so strong. Frick. Come on. Right.
Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There is a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right. This should do some major damage to her argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
You like to bring down the mood, don't you?
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face.
Ah! She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
Jumping at the gun, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what's incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see. She's lying to her teeth, I know it. That woman knew everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything.
But you can't prove that. Francisco Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at this next salary discussion.
Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, all right?
Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction.
Oh no. Well, now there's two. This picture was not a fake since it was literally taken by Lotta. The bullet hole... Well, there were already two shots, so I don't think... Maybe the shooter... Okay, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try doing it.
The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person does clearly... Blah, blah, blah. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether.
I'm sorry, I love this song.
What? Order, order, order! If order is not resolved, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ah! Why me?
The defense's argument is a complete mess.
A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us.
Hey, witness!
Ah!
What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal for a favor? Be quiet, you! You were the one who said there was only two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my will would be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Ah! I swear it wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? That's me. That's actually me. All I want to do is cry right now. What is going on? Okay.
She's like panicking. She's panicking. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. Oops. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at the situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left the room somehow? If I could prove that either of those conditions were true. Mr. Roy, let's see what you have come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... Well, Maya was found in there, so she can't... So she couldn't have left the room. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Damn it. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Ouch. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's just keep going. Okay. I'm going off what Mia said, and that the key is the key to this entire case, and like I feel like that is technically the only thing that would make sense, but let's try the other condition now. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's a channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right? Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, and that a kick. So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous! This means that Maya Fey was to have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! It seems we have come to an impasse. The picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Ow, my back. Oh. Ow. My back. I tried to crack it just now. My back. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma. How can this be? At this one time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Oh my god. Wow! No! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yes, I felt like I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly! I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to think things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you.
I envy the two of you.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? A ticket?
Poor thing, so sheltered. Oh, she literally knows nothing. It's so cute. She's so cute. She's just, so adorable little cinnamon roll, and I love her. Wow, okay. As you can probably tell, my back is killing me right now. Jesus Christ, alright. Okay, good. Nothing's moved. I'm sorry, guys. I was just kind of, like, checking if my bones had, shifted anywhere, if they're not, like, in place, because I'm kind of showing the first signs of scoliosis, and that is definitely not good, so, yeah. But anyways, I guess that is it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please remember to maybe leave a like, leave a comment, or maybe even subscribe. I'll see you next time.